Those in favor, roll call vote. Mr. Adams?
Roll call vote to reconvene. Councilmember Rao,
Yes.
Councilmember Gums,
Yes.
Councilmember Willis,
Yes.
Councilmember Gilliard,
Yes.
Councilmember Reeves,
Aye.
Councilmember Khalid,
Yes.
Councilmember Baker. Mr. Mayor and Council,
Aye.
thank you. We are reconvened at 4:18.
Okay, Mr. Clerk, is there any issue that we have to take up in the public?
Yes, sir, there is one item.
Yes, I would like to make a motion. I move that we approve the appointment of the city attorney by Mayor Edwards Vincent Hyman with the condition of a 60-day transition plan, which is February 2nd, facilitated by a third-party attorney identified by the city manager. Pamela Sadler Jones.
Second.
Properly moved to second. Discussion.
I have discussion.
I have discussion.
Okay, Mr. Khalid, I saw you first.
I have a question for Mr. Malazi, our Chief Financial Officer, and Ms. Tammy Sadler Jones, our city manager. Is there a financial impact statement or a plan to finance this motion if we enact it today?
This is Tammy Sadler Jones. There is not a financial impact statement, but there is a proposed budget for the in-house legal counsel. The total amount is $600,000, and that is broken down into personnel and the operating expenses for in-house legal.
Point of order, Mayor.
Yes.
Mayor, I would like to ask my colleagues that we make sure that we are in compliant with the charter and address our questions to Ms. Tammy Sadler Jones. The CEO now falls under her purview. So the CEO is Sadler Jones' employee. And so if she feels the need for him to respond to this council, then we should direct a request of her. Thank you.
Accept that because it is procedural. I'll accept that. Mr. Khalid, go ahead.
All right. My next question is, because there is current litigation between a member of council and a staff and a contracted staff member of the city that will be affected by how we vote today. Is there an attorney present that can advise us as to whether this vote creates any additional liability or culpability to the city of South Fulton and its taxpayers in this private lawsuit between a member of our council and a contracted employee of our city? Is there a attorney present?
Point of order, Mayor.
No, go ahead.
Who can advise the city council of the city of South Fulton?
Point of order, Mayor.
I think everything you just said is presumption. And I think that we've already said, we've been fair enough to say that. And I'm not going to get in a whole conversation about legal. But what's on the table right now is a motion to hire another attorney in a 60-day transition period. I'm not going to get in. Your legalities is legalities.
Okay, I got it. I would just like our city clerk to note that we have no legal representation.
Duly noted, sir.
For this decision.
Duly noted. Okay.
I'm in the queue.
Let's have a Ms. Gilliard, you want to say something?
Yes, I do.
We will vote after Ms. Gilliard.
I want to make a substitute motion to defer the decision for the mayor's second attempt to make a nomination for an attorney until the current case can be heard, and for 3 reasons. And one of them relates to what Councilman Khalid said, because we don't have legal representation, and we have a fiduciary responsibility that we are not going to be able to fulfill.
I second that motion.
The property moved to second. Any discussion?
Mayor, yes, so do we vote on the substitute motion first?
I think Mr. Clerk, is that correct? Mr. Clerk?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Okay, we voted on the substitute first?
That's correct.
Okay. We'll take a roll call vote on the substitute motion.
Roll call vote on the substitute motion to defer the mayor's appointment until the current legal case can be heard. Motion by Councilmember Gilliard.
By Gilliard.
Motion by Councilmember Gilliard, seconded by Councilmember Khalid. Councilmember Rao.
Nay.
Councilmember Gums.
No.
Councilmember Gilliard.
Willis is third.
I'm sorry, Councilmember Willis.
No.
Councilmember Gilliard.
Yes.
Councilmember Reeves.
Nay.
Councilmember Khalid.
Absolutely, yes.
Councilmember Baker.
Aye.
That motion fails.
Okay, would you now announce the main motion?
The main motion on the floor is a motion by Councilmember Willis, seconded by Councilmember Reeves, to approve the nomination by Mayor Edwards of Vincent Hyman to be the city attorney, subject to a 60-day transition plan being provided on by February 2nd.
By a third-party attorney identified by the city manager. That's what's missing.
That's correct. And a third-party attorney identified by the city manager.
Okay. Let's go roll call vote, please.
Roll call vote. Councilmember Rao.
Yes.
Councilmember Gums.
Yes.
Councilmember Willis.
Yes.
Councilmember Gilliard.
No.
Councilmember Reeves.
Aye.
Councilmember Khalid.
No.
Councilmember Baker.
Abstain.
That motion is approved 4-1.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
4-1. That was 4-2.
Yeah,
Mayor, I move that we adjourn.
Hold up. You got it right, Mr. Clerk?
Yeah, it was 4 in favor, 2 against, and 1 abstention. 4-2.
Motion to adjourn.
Well, Mayor and Council, but before you adjourn,
Mayor, I move that we adjourn.
I need clarification as to, you now have 2 city attorneys and I have no idea what your expectation is of me. We have a series of trials.
I'm sure the city manager will get with you and y'all will talk that up.
So do you want me to, does the council, I have 15 cases to try in 48 hours. Does the council want me to
The city manager, Mayor, can the city manager address her, please?
That's not how it works. Point of order, Mr. Mayor. You do it for Councilwoman Willis. Point of order. The city attorney and the city manager both report to us as the council. It is our duty to answer her question.
Point of order, Mayor.
Our responsibility.
Now let me deal with him. City manager.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you want to attempt to answer that question? And then, that's a hard question. You got 60 days for a transition. I don't know. I don't know if those
Well,
cases...
I don't know if it's the council expectation that I continue to do what I'm doing until we develop a transition plan. If you want me to cancel everything until we develop a transition plan, we have about at least 50 cases with my name attached to it with the city of South Fulton. And I have zero clue with you guys having 2 attorneys for the next 60 days, what your expectation is out of me.
So I believe the expectation would be for you to proceed as usual until a plan is
absolutely
developed.
And to wrap up by the February 2nd date.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think that.
Okay, well, I will proceed as we've been going until we develop the transition plan. That's my understanding of what the direction is.
All right.
Mayor,
Yes,
Mayor, we just did a affirmative vote for us to, and we approve, this council approved for the city manager to identify third-party attorney to work with Attorney Walker with a 60-day transition plan. February 2nd is the end date. So we just voted on that.
Correct.
Thank you. Mayor, I move that we adjourn.
there a second?
Well, Mayor, I'm not clear because it sounds like Councilwoman Willis is saying that what Councilwoman Gum said is not going to be the plan moving forward. So I need clarity with respect to my legal obligations. I mean, you have 2 attorneys now, and I'm going to tell you what my understanding is, and please tell me if this is incorrect. My understanding is that I will continue to do everything identical to what we've been doing, but that in the meantime, outside counsel will be brought in to develop a transition plan before the February date you've indicated. And then once that transition plan is approved, that the council will proceed pursuant to that transition plan. That's my understanding.
That's what I heard.
No, that's not that. Mayor, may I speak?
That's my understanding.
Mayor, may I speak?
You go ahead, Ms. Willis, but go ahead.
Yes, we made a vote, and the vote is within 60 days, everything will be transitioned, period.
Right.
There will be a third-party attorney brought in to help with the transition. There is not February 2nd, we proceed with nothing. February 2nd, we're done. We made a vote that the city attorney bring in a third-party attorney to help us transition everything over by February 2nd. And so Councilmember Guns made it very clear. Until that third-party attorney comes in and informs his council, if the transition is complete by February 2nd, that third-party attorney will come and tell us. But until then, you proceed as is.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that's what I said, but it sounded like you're saying that's not correct.
So we on the same page now. Mayor, I move that we adjourn.
I'm
So can you?
Second.
I already moved. This is a discussion, I think, with Ms. Khalid.
Yeah. So can the council take a vote to articulate that my understanding is correct? Because the record is going to show me saying one thing and then Councilwoman Willis saying one thing and then Councilwoman Gum saying one thing. If I can repeat my understanding and the council can vote if that's correct or not, just so I can have a foundation to move forward by with a solid understanding of what your expectation is.
Am I correct, Mr. Adams?
Sorry, didn't hear you.
I said, I think they can if they really wanted to do that.
Mayor, can he repeat what we voted on? Maybe that'll clarify. I just think that purposely she's trying to make things complicated.
Anybody, if there's someone in here who wants to make a motion as a council person, for clarity from Ms. Walker, I would say to you, make that motion now and get your second.
I move.
Go ahead, Councilmember Rao.
I make a motion. I move that the city manager, Tammy Sandler Jones, hire a third party to facilitate the transition of all legal issues with the city from Attorney Walker by February 2nd, 2021.
Well, you've actually already voted on that. So what I was asking for the council to clarify is that it is my understanding that until that transition plan is brought to the council, I am to continue what we were doing previously until that transition plan is approved.
That's what she said.
That was my question. Just in the interim, while I'm working with this attorney and the transition plan is being developed, what is your expectation with respect to the cases that I'm holding, particularly the cases that I have to try within 48 hours and everything else that is on the schedule?
To clarify that we will want you to continue to proceed on those cases that are coming up within the next 48 hours.
Second.
So just those cases or what I was doing previously to represent the city? Because I have 15 cases that we're trying, but we also have probably about 40 cases in Superior Court We have
Ms.
documents.
Walker, can I ask this? Because we had previously, my understanding is the mayor had previously asked for a transition report. Can you provide that report to the city manager within 48 hours so y'all can determine that between the outside counsel that's hired?
And so we can stop discussing legal out in public.
All right.
So wait, within 48, so, okay, I don't think you guys
Whatever cases
comprehend.
that you have in the pipeline, because it was previously asked for a transition plan, can you provide that to the city manager who will use that to facilitate the conversation with the third party?
Yeah, I can definitely do that. So I get the part about developing the transition plan. That I'm completely clear on. But what I'm not clear on is there are responsibilities, like, for example, board meetings, your planning commission, where I have attorneys who are reviewing your open records. I have attorneys who are reviewing everything that's going through your BZA. So is it your
that doesn't stop? That doesn't stop when you.
That's my exactly. That's my question. Do I continue as I was doing until this transition plan is confirmed by the council? That's my only question.
We should continue until February 2nd. So moving through, operating as normal, and transitioning everything by February 2nd. So yes, continue.
Is there a second on that? That was a minute.
Second.
All right.
I had discussion.
Second.
I had this.
Let's, Mr. Clerk, will you take a roll call vote, please?
Wait, I have discussion.
I am suspending discussion. I'm taking a vote.
Will
you
take I'm calling for a ruling on that motion.
Will you take a roll call vote, please?
Roll call vote on a motion by Councilmember Rao to provide a transition plan within 48 hours to interim city manager Tammy Sadler-Jones to facilitate a communication with an outside attorney for appropriate transition.
Well, that was actually, you guys already voted on
what she said. Ms. Rao, clarify what you
will continue, and then Ms. Walker and the attorneys for Fincher and Denmark will continue through February 2nd, 2020.
That's what she said.
Okay, I'll add that to the motion.
All right. Let's take a roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Rao.
Yes.
Councilmember Gumbs.
Yes.
Councilmember Willis.
Yes.
Councilmember Gilliard.
Reluctantly, yes.
Councilmember Reeves.
Aye.
Councilmember Khalid. Councilmember Baker.
Abstain.
That motion is approved.
Man, I move that we adjourn.
Is there a second?
I don't even know if we have two attorneys or not, and we never had any discussion to be clear on it.
Okay, I heard you, Mr. Baker. We'll talk.
And we didn't discuss the money about it.
There's a motion to adjourn.
Point of order. Yes, we did.
Okay, there's a motion to adjourn. Roll call, please.
I have discussion.
Discussion, Mr. Clerk, and we will not have any further discussion after you.
I move that we adjourn. Is this germane to adjourning?
It is.
Second.
Probably move the second, Ms. Willis. Go ahead, Mr.
Yeah, my discussion is to simply note that previously the reason I asked if we had legal representation is because had we, they would have told us that all the conversation that we just had in public is now public record for everyone that we're in litigation with.
You initiated it, so we're waiting.
Let's stop making decisions.
How is this germane to adjourning?
No. He has to let him talk.
So,
are you
point of order?
So my last sentence is, let's stop making decisions without attorneys present because we
okay, good.
Point of order, Mayor.
Roll call vote, please.
Mayor, I call point of order.
Motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Point of order, Mayor.
What is
yes.
My point of order is that any discussion should be relevant to adjourning.
Let's go. Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Rao?
Yes.
Councilmember Gumbs?
Yes.
Councilmember Willis?
Yes.
Councilmember Gilliard? Councilmember Reeves?
Aye.
Councilmember Khalid?
Absolutely.
Councilmember Baker?
Aye.
The motion is approved. The meeting is adjourned at 4:37 p.m.
Thank you all so much.